All right, guys, listen up. Let's do this. Gotta move this out the way real quick. Where are we at? All right. Let's start looking for some setups for tomorrow. Now, I kind of want to go over a few things. Actually, I want to go over kind of what happened today with Q and SPY. Pretty much a V shape here. And this is as range as it gets, right? I knew we wouldn't likely go higher, and we didn't go lower. Notice how, if we're looking at comparison from today and Friday's range, we held that demand, same one from Friday's morning. We just didn't go, we just went, we stopped, hit a trend line and then reversed all the way back up. I think a lot of people maybe were getting pretty bearish down here. Not me. Sure, scalping some puts, right? I did that live. Scalping some puts, but I was very weary about, trying to chase puts or being down here with puts, because at any moment this could happen, and we see that run up all the way back up to range, which was right to, opening levels, which was low-key a little bit hilarious, but you can see that right there, where we opened up right up here for Q, pretty much the same spot. And so very interested to see kind of what happens tomorrow. I think we don't go higher for tomorrow, even though we're a little bit up after hours here. I think, again, the kinds that keep us in range here going into news and things like that, because, tomorrow's pretty much, the day before the catalyst. So likely we're not gonna go higher. Now, I do have three scenarios, I guess, I would like to say right now and tweet out right now. So prediction for tomorrow, right? I think it's range. I think it's going to be range. I don't think we're going to go higher than, maybe yet today's high. I don't think we're going to break that. If we do, it's possible that we just, again, reverse like that. I don't think we go lower than, Friday's low, weekly lows right there. I think they try and keep it tighter, and I think if anything, it's going to be a little bit more rangier tomorrow. So my prediction is that. Now, of course, I can have a prediction and be ready for A, B, and C regardless. So just in case we do go higher, say we break, this 474, we go higher, if they start front running kind of the move going into, news, pre-market Wednesday, and then earnings and all that, then that's going to be very interesting. That's them showing strength. That means they're showing confidence. Earnings and news and all that's going to go well. So that's going to be a clue. We're looking for that clue. Next, if we go lower, meaning we break down more, say tomorrow Q ends up losing 467 and we come back and start testing those weekly lows and then perhaps break a little bit, or maybe hold it or stay down here, then that's showing that, we don't have much confidence here at these levels. And so it's possible that they're kind of front running the move again, where they're like, I need to get out. Weak hands are getting out. We got to get out because we don't know what's going to happen. So I think that is kind of clues we need to be looking for going into tomorrow. And so tomorrow's not going to be the day that you're looking for the banger. If you get a banger, then it's all good. But again, today wasn't really looking for much. I was actually shocked, and I was on live when we even got this kind of right here. This was probably the more decent volume pickup here, and then of course you can see right there where we kind of printed that reversal down there, and then completely melted all the way back up. In retrospect, I kind of missed this because it was kind of lunchtime. I just want to see how serious bulls were to magnet us right back up. But zone to zone right there, beautiful. I mean, if you need my zones, wap.com/RealCapital, you get these very easy calls right here on that break, right back. From here, I was kind of hesitant on see what if we'd actually run back to kind of opening levels or not. But this was very interesting to kind of watch. It's all good to sit back and watch. I got my wins in, so I was kind of sitting back and seeing, all right, let me see if we can make some sense of this. Now, this was kind of what I was looking at right here. What are they going to do up here? And they printed a reversal on the 15 right before close. I think that's why we see, that pull down there after hours. So I'm very curious to see what they do tomorrow. And I kind of mentioned that what the game plans are, what I'm looking for. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. I think that close probably faked out a lot of people again, where it started getting real bullish, and they're like, okay, now run the calls, run the calls, and then tomorrow we could range and stay back down, and their calls get smoked. So that's going to be very interesting. I had to sit on my hands up here because I did want to end up slamming some calls, but we didn't close above this zone. We didn't close above, there's no confirmation for me just yet. Of course, slamming down here and, would have been the best. But again, we have to be careful. Looking on the hour, we are still on an hourly downtrend here. Or we're on an hourly super trend down. You can see the red arrow. So we need to be careful. That means sellers are in control right now on the 1 hour. And you don't want to get too bullish up here, it reject, and then we completely sell off, completely, playing out this hourly super trend. So right now, I would much rather have, caution and not be so, jumpy onto the calls just yet. Plenty of times we've seen this bounce right back up and then dump, all being under the hourly super trend. So we got to stay careful on that. And I can show you SPY, same thing, hourly super trend still down. It actually printed on the way down around there. So that's where I was like, SPY's kind of, tech was weak, then it wasn't weak, and then, SPY got weak, and, so we'll see. I'm not going to be looking for calls until we break above that, which is perfectly at our 551 zone for SPY. We'll see. All right, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. So let's look around the market. I think I did post Tesla yesterday on that flag. Very rare that we see sometimes the game plans work up and down. At open, we pushed above the flag, or I'm sorry, pre-market, we pushed above the flag, and you can see that there. After or before, overnight we pushed above the flag. It kind of held above the flag, and then at opened above the flag. Now, I was telling the team on live, anytime I've seen us break the flag pre-market overnight, it usually comes and retests the flag. And then there's a whole strategy in there making money off that, which I've done, I do, but I wasn't looking for that, this morning. So I wanted to see what would Tesla do. Tesla did try and reach that supply up there on this next candle. Opened up, pushed, and then completely dumped to that flag. I knew likely if we opened up above the flag like this, we're going to come retest the flag. And we absolutely did do that. You can see down the green candle, we came inside and tested the flag there. This is the buying opportunity that I kind of see, in the strategy, where when it comes and test the flag, you can slam calls here and sell on that push up. Most times, and I mean most times, you're gonna get that push up, but most times it'll ride right back up, which is very interesting. Again, here we did not see that. It actually broke down, and from here it broke down from the flag. So if you would have ended up kind of sticking to the game plan and be like, all right, well, we crossed down here, the 480, 460, we lost that level. I'm playing puts to see what happens, and then of course, we dropped to the 280, we dropped to the 277, and then, of course, we did drop right there to that 273 before reversing all the way back up. So, I mean, levels working, beautiful, boom, boom, boom. We did not open up under the 273, so we didn't drop to 266 or 262, 260 demand over there. Ate a lot of that, move right there. So very interesting kind of to see what Tesla does, but that was a good play right there, straight out of supply, rejected supply and came right back up. So kind of sideways movement right now for Tesla. Let's see, it all depends on what the market does, tomorrow or going into earnings and stuff like that. So very interested as well. I did have Amazon as a play as well. We still have that gap up there. It actually opened up above the flag here, hit our 190, and I told the team pre-market above 190.28. I'm taking those calls. It opened up under and dumped, never got above 190. It came and retested the flag, so you can actually see how we did test this flag on this huge wick right here on right at open. Say you waited for those, it dipped all the way into this demand. You slammed those calls. The candle dried all the way back up to 189-ish. Up here, looks like this one opened up, pushed to 190, very close, couldn't do it, and then dumped. Again, strategy would have worked with you, but you would have been very fast with it. Again, I noticed that and was not trying to touch it, so did not touch it, turned my attention away from it, and actually dumped. Notice how we actually broke down from the flag, and actually opened up outside of it. That's where I would have slammed some puts for that ride down zone to zone there. This does look good, but to be honest, from 188, 187 all the way down to 186, 185, just $1.50, $2 move. Looking at the premiums, I didn't think it was worth my time, to be honest. I didn't think it was worth, I didn't think I was gonna get much of a move out of it. I was being picky. What can I say? I was being picky, especially with the type of movement we were seeing today, choppiness, range. I wasn't going to push it. And so I think that was my mindset going into that as well. Not going to push it, not going to be shooting every shot I'm seeing. I'm going to be picky. So, all right. So the first thing was first here, kind of routed open. We ended up taking SPY calls for that push right up. Exactly what we were looking for. Above that 551.83, we ended up rocking to 553.55. We took some one-day expiration calls, and I'm on live, and of course I'm telling the team, I'm telling everyone, sell into this move, take the win, and don't be hanging on. I know they're 1 days, but don't be hanging on too long today, because today's not the day. I already sensed it in the crowd, or in the market. I kind of sensed, today was just not the day to mess around. We expected it as well. Low volume at the time. So we ended up doing that, getting a gain off that. So, and that's where I posted, screenshot some gains right open. Small gains, right? Quick, like $600. I'll take it, because now I'm green on the day, and I don't gotta fight, right? I'm up 600, which is nothing, sure, but I'm sticking to my rules. I'm sticking to my game plans, and that's what my game plans were. Also, I don't gotta feel like I gotta, rush anything now. That's why I was being picky. I sat back. I was looking at Tesla. I was looking at a couple names, Amazon, all that, and I was like, nah, pass. I can do that because now I'm up. I'm green, starting the week off strong. There we go. I can be a little bit more choosier. Now, from here is where it, we went 2 for 2, caught my attention. Once SPY ended up getting under this supply or this demand. I'm sorry, we lost this demand. I remember I was on live. I ended up taking some puts for QQQ as we start dipping into here, knowing we should knife through this and then kind of lowercase h pattern. I was seeing it on the tape. I was watching the tape. Notice how we did pop up here. We wicked off this. I was on live, and then I knew we were gonna get that lowercase kind of h pattern down here. We didn't quite get to that demand. I saw buyers were stepping in. I saw buyers were on the tape, and I was being a little bit more cautious there. So lowercase kind of h pattern there, and I saw that kind of playing out, right? So if you can kind of see the lowercase h, boom. I saw that playing out. So lottos worked. Got some 2 trims off, and then stops would buy ended up hitting, and then ended up coming right back and working, and then going a lot further. I think they ran like 150, 160 a contract. All good. Wasn't again 2 for 2 on the day, and I'm staying patient. I'm good. I think at this point, once range and chop kind of started getting in, I was like, I'm done for morning session. Let me make some lunch. Let me take my eyes off the screen for a little bit, right? And just kind of save my mental capacity because we have a big week. And so I came back once, kind of seeing this, and I was like, oh man, an hour went by, and I really didn't expect us to be, pushing up like this. I think I ignored my alerts. I was getting crazy in the kitchen. I was chefing it up. So I was like, damn. Well, let's see what happens, right? I was like, let's see what happens. So all good. I had my wins, and I was sitting back. I don't need to be in front of the screen 24/7, but I am watching and lurking. I can step away and make some food, but sometimes I hate when I step away and something happens, because then I'm a little mad about it. I'm always one of those people that are like, I'm cooking now, I'm looking at the screen. I don't like doing that. I gave myself a little bit of time to kind of just chill for a minute and just answer some emails, had phone calls, watch some YouTube videos, take my mind off. Because by Friday, you stay glued to always thinking and, charting, and, it's mentally exhausting. So been doing this for years. Some days are better than others as far as keeping my attention and mental fortitude there. But other days, they get the best of me. So I kind of feel like today was more like a day off because of how kind of slow things were. But it ended up picking up, so not too bad. So tomorrow, let's see what happens. I don't expect much from tomorrow. I'm going in with low expectations. And if I have to, then I will make the best of it regardless. If there's money to be made, Rico Capital is going to make it. I'm going to make it any way, shape, or form. I'm going to make something happen. But other than that, I'm not going to push it too much. I know Wednesday and Thursday is going to be our days to attack. We're not going to be looking, tomorrow to go crazy. Tomorrow, I like to call it a positioning day. Positioning meaning a bigger move is coming Wednesday and Thursday. So either you need to be getting in ready for that move tomorrow, or you need to be understanding what the scenarios that's going to happen. And so from there, you can make that assessment, judgment, and then play accordingly. So we'll actually see how that kind of turns out here. So on the chopping block, first is Meta and Microsoft. Wednesday, that's going to be the big mover, and that's why I'm kind of calling out the bluff overnight on calls and stuff. I'm kind of seeing if we really will keep pushing up. Over here, we're at 473.33, so we're back at this supply here, right here at the top. Again, keep an eye on that 474.57, pretty much yesterday's high. Keep an eye on that. We need to see if we get above that, keep it pushing. Nvidia's been pretty weak, a little bit red here after hours. And that was another thing too. I saw, Nvidia really leading the charge downward. Semis were pretty weak, but a nice reversal up here. That 100 level for Nvidia is going to be, always a wall up here. So they're always going to try and defend it. We do have a little bit of a gap up here for Nvidia, so I'm keeping an eye on that. Nothing too much. Other than that, I'm really not seeing any like super good setups that I would be like, guys, this is it. Lock in. Let's be ready. But that's okay because we have our game plans. We got things working for us, and we are ready kind of to go. So I think for me, to be honest, again, I'm gonna stick to kind of the game plans, SPY and Q. Just keep it simple, guys. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Stick to your game plan. Stop trying to freak out because maybe something, things are moving, and say you're only focused on a few names and everything else starts moving and you're like, now I got to randomly slam Microsoft calls, and you were unprepared for that. So don't be doing all that. I know, I get it. Been there, done that. Not that anymore. So take it from me, somebody that's been there and that can kind of guide you guys a little bit. So hopefully that kind of helps out. So let's chart something real quick. Let's chart something. Give me a name. Give me a name we can chart real quick. Comment under the stream right now. I don't know if you can comment on the stream or if you can comment. Let me see if there's a chat. Let's check if there's a chat. Yeah, I think there is a live stream chat. Yeah, there is a chat. Let me say something in the chat, see if anybody can see it. Let me know questions. Let me know in there, or let me know if you want me to chart a name right now. We'll chart it from scratch too. Actually, one name I wanted to chart right now is Chipotle. Great name. After split here, now it's trading around $50. Let's chart this from scratch here. Let's see what we can do. I don't know how people could, yeah, see that. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the chat only I can see it or what, but let's chart a little bit. Let's see this. All right. I'm gonna show you some magic real quick. Show you guys some magic and how I would play it. Cause remember when we charted, what was that? Crowd strike or something, and then it kind of played out perfectly low key, but we're gonna keep it pushing here. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can cook up here. Let's see what we can cook. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. And this is a smaller name, so, or, well, I mean the price now is smaller, but we'll see about it. We'll see about it. I might get it on the 4-hour on this. Weeble likes to lag on the 4-hour for whatever reason. There we go. Okay, I like that so far, to be honest. Drew the supply zone up here. Wonder why it sold off. Who knows? We scroll back out. We see it sold off around 402. I like that. Let's keep it pushing a little bit. Let's throw a little bit more. Throw that as just a regular. Let's see. Let's see. Give me something. Give me something. All right. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. I'm just gonna speed run through this. Speed run. Speed run. What is that? 47, 46. Okay, that's not too bad. Makes a lot of sense there. There's a level I'm missing right around here. It's about right there. Is that right? That's close enough. And then there's another level right here I'm missing. It's a pretty strong level. Alright, let's start filling some of this in real quick. I'm going to show you guys how I would play this. And how easy it is. Don't make it so difficult, guys. You guys make it so difficult. Stop making it so difficult. You don't gotta be rocket science for this shit. You just gotta trust your own levels. I think I trust my my charting because I've done it so much and went out and played it so much. Okay, so key levels here, and then we'll do a little bit of top work to see where would be a really good place. Let's see, what is this candle? The high 53.50. Don't gotta be perfect. Don't gotta be perfect. And then right there looks good to me. Touches there, right there. If we had to go a little bit higher, I'd probably put it around there. And I've been meaning to chart this, so I mean, it's working for me. All right, does that work? Yeah, it looks pretty good to me. All right, don't gotta be perfect. Just gotta know where some buyers and sellers are at. So if I'm playing anything, I know what to do. Again, it's always good to chart, so you shouldn't be charting market open. When things come, you gotta be ready for it. All right, so let's see what's up. All right. Boom, boom. Okay, that's looking nice. Looking nice. I don't really need. What am I on the 4 hours? I don't need to be on the 4 hour. All right, this is where I get back on the 1 hour now. Back on the 1 hour. Start looking around. Does this trend line look good? Looks good to me, to be honest. I know there's a level down there. I didn't really chart it, but I can. There we go. 45.21. Don't gotta be perfect. Just gotta know where them damn buyers are at. Good enough. All right, so we're checking it out. Obviously, uptrend here for Chipotle, but you're wondering where can we go from here. So I like this. Pretty good setup here. Flagging a little bit. If we can draw it a little bit tighter here and get rid of this trend line. We can draw this out a little bit more. I don't need to draw this across right here. I just know it's flagging, but we use the top of that supply as the top flag, so you know if it breaks, you're good to go. So notice how it's holding the 50, 51, and then this moving average is right at it. What is the moving average? It's VWAP 5146. So 5184 is my level. The VWAP is right at it, so it's pissing me off. And this is pissing me off too. There we go. Levels 5084. Doesn't really matter. Anyways, we see that we are on our uptrend still. I like this, especially going into tomorrow. If we hold this and keep it pushing, we know above 51.62 runs right back to 52.16, and then from there, if we break that, we should run to 53 area. What is that? 53 area. 53.83, 53. Yeah, 53.50, 53.83, all good. I like that because back to last time we were there, it looked like it sold off pretty heavily. So that is a point of inflection. I like that. And so we know sellers are here because it proved to us today. So if we clear that, we know we're good to go higher. Now this is really easy because say we don't go higher here. Say we break this, yellow trend line, and then we break under 50, 84, whatever that was. And then we break 50, 57. We know we're dropping right back down to 49 level, 49 zone. And then you're wondering, well, how do you know that? And because we see it over here, it just happened Friday. So we see that those levels from right here, this zone, all the way went zone to zone here. So we know that's likely going to happen. So address your position accordingly looking at these. But these are so cheap, which is awesome. So a little move like this, even under this, 30 cent move, you're getting easy 20% on these contracts, maybe more. So really, really good. I love it. Easy setup here. Something I just charted quick, and I can make money off any name. You give me a liquid option chain, something that moves pretty fluid, something that is priced accordingly and moves with the stock. I'm gonna chart it and I'm gonna win off it. So if I show some damn gains tomorrow on some Chipotle, then I will. What's going on in here? Is that Donut? That boy Donut? That boy Donut. He says, "What's going on in here?" Not much, not much. Oh, and he's actually tuned in on the YouTube right now. That's cool. That's cool. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, I'm streaming live on Twitter, streaming live on YouTube. So anywhere you can view me on a streaming platform, I'm coming. I'm going. I'm there. I'm wherever you need me to be. I'm gonna be there. I got a 5/16/47 put on CMG. Okay, let's analyze that. I want to know why you took that. First of all, 5/16. So you got some time. You got some time. About what, 2 weeks out. And it's a 47 put. So you're a little bit out the money here, sitting down here. The thing is, it's been holding really well. So right now we're at a pretty big point. Again, tomorrow will be your decider. If we end up losing that 50 level, we're coming back down to 49, and then we're coming back down to 47, putting those at the money. So those are two big things you need to be watching when it comes to CMG here. You do have a lot of time, don't get me wrong, but the more this kind of gets away from that 47 level, even though you're 2 weeks out, should be making you nervous just a little bit, because I like my trades to happen immediately. Well, not immediately. Yeah, immediately. If I enter, I waited till the last possible second to enter, knowing it needs to be happening now. And that's why I'm really good at using stops and things like that, because if it's not going to happen, then I'm stopping out. Prime example of that was this morning on SPY. We slammed those calls, a little bit after open here, about a minute or two after open, expecting this move to 552.90, this purple line. This was my absolute target. At first, once we got the push up and then kind of pulling down a little bit, we were going red on the candle, and I was like, it's possible we come down to 550 and retest like we did right here and then come right back up. I was kind of weighing some things, didn't matter. We went 1 day expiration, and I was I kept the stops, right? So entry was like around what 140s, 150s, and the stops were at $100, a dollar. I kept the stops there. I knew that if it ends up hitting that dollar, it's likely not going to come back. So I can save myself that, right there. Um, Kept the stops. It didn't come close. It went down to like 135, and then ran to 180. And so we're all out up there, 180, 185, whatever it was. And it went a little bit higher, which I was already all out. Went a little bit higher up here. I didn't. I was telling the team like I'm not. I just don't think we're gonna go much higher. Like I just didn't think so. Even though we're between zones here, we did hit that target, which is a purple line. Purple line signifies, one or two things. The purple line is a huge level. I'm watching the tape live. Purple line buyers and sellers both come in at that same price, and they agree at one price. And when they agree at one price, that's a pretty big level. Either we're gonna reject heavy, or we hold on like a support and we bounce off it. So you can see we did hit that purple line and rejected kind of heavy here, because after that, we dumped from 550 to 553 all the way down to 547. So kind of what they represent here as well. And that's just from kind of watching the tape, and just kind of, a little bit, some experience in the market, eyes on the tape, things like that. So we'll see about that. Now it looks like after hours right now we're kind of pushing up a little bit more. QQ's at 474.16, so sitting just above, just around here. We're back kind of near these highs. Let's see kind of what happens going in. So if they end up kind of pushing up a little bit higher, look at that. Futures are pushing up. Again, game plans are set. I'm ready to go. But it all depends on what happens, by open. It doesn't really matter what's happening right now. It matters where we open and things like that. Again, it's like if they front run it, that's going to be a big thing. That means they very expect, SPY and Q, the market really expects Meta, Microsoft to be, going well, beating and pushing us higher. So that's going to be very interesting to see, and I can't wait for that. So very good right there. But all right, we charted something. We went over some game plans for SPY and Q. I'm kind of stepping back on the game plans a little bit for SPY and Q today. I could go more in depth, but I think I'm gonna I showed you guys either down or up. Those are the levels. I'll be watching those. I think tomorrow again is not gonna be a day to push. As far as setups I'm seeing where I'm like salivating at the mouth, I'm not. I think Amazon was one and it failed, so that no trigger on that. Maybe I'll keep an eye on it, but I don't like when it does that. It sets up like it's gonna rocket and then doesn't. Palantir's been on an absolute tear right now, so absolutely crazy. What else? SPYX. Take a look at SPYX. We do have that gap up there still that we should be trying to take more out of. Let's see if we can do it. It looks like the market kind of made its mind up and wants to take this one out before anything lower. If we come back down lower, not sure. We'll see about that. So let me know what y'all think. I think we're good here on the live show, on the night show. This is the new night show, the Rico Cap night show. Welcome to the night show. Anything could happen. Might just start picking up. I don't really trade futures too much, but I might just start picking up trading futures just so I could show you guys what's up on the night show. I might. Let me know if I should. Let me know. Let me know on Twitter, or reply to the tweet under the live stream, or say it in chat. Let me know if I should pick up. And then we just don't sleep. Like, let's just not sleep ever after this. Like, and then we trade futures all night. And then you know what? Even better after that, we're gonna trade the Asian markets. We're going right when it opens up. We're going for it. Going for the Asian markets. We just start going crazy there. And anything. Sky's the limit, right? Why stop there, right? Why stop there? Where's the German market? We gotta go there, and then our market opens back up, and then we just don't sleep, and then we just wake. 1 week of that, and we just blew up everything. Lost the house, lost the kids, lost the dog. Grandma's pension gone. We told her we had a lock, but it reversed on us. Oh my God. Let's go over one last thing. Let's go over a few things. I want to go over Where is it? Let's go over some top options right now with SPY. What is this? The 28th? That expired. Tomorrow's 29th. All right, well, ignore all those 28s then. It looks like a lot of those got burnt. No, a lot of these 28s, Tesla, some Tesla calls right there. People kind of got burned on that today. See, the thing is, I don't like this. I don't like this. Wow, look at these options. They went from $100 all the way to 1,300 in a span of 5 days. I would say a span. Those are 100 something on the 24th. It's not bad. One thing we could do though, check this out. Check this out. You look at some SPY calls. We gotta go 29. Is one thing. This is next level shit right here. This is next level shit. We start charting options charts here. Right? We start look, they even have gaps. It's pretty crazy, but notice how this gapped up heavily and then this ate the gap all the way back down. Do option chart moves just like stocks? I'm on some new shit. I don't know. I'm in the lab. I'm trying to move to that. I'm trying to see, can I just completely just trade option charts and no longer look at SPY and Q anymore? Sometimes I say yes, other times no, because the option chart's not going to tell you certain things that the tape or SPY and Q, because they're a derivative, all right? It's secondary. You know, you need to go to the source. You need to be looking at maybe, the tape. You need to be looking at price ladder. You need to be looking at the source. A lot of that is just, the chart is just a representation. This is just a representation. So it's tough, but I'm still trying to weigh that out and see what's up. So the market sentiment right now, we're at fear still. 24. Pre-month was 19, so it looks like we're kind of chilling out a little bit, but we'll see. We got earnings season coming up. Absolutely. You know it is. You know it is. Wednesday, big day for us. Microsoft, Meta, QCOM also. That's gonna be something. MetLife, Allstate, some insurance, Aflac. We got insurance going on. We got a lot, dude. Look at that, a lot. A bunch of nobodies for sure. A bunch of nobodies after that. We know the big names. Microsoft, Meta, QCOM, ready to rock on that. So let's see where we go. Let me know if y'all are playing some earnings. I don't think I'm gonna play some of these earnings, but I might. We'll see. I don't know, but let me know. I'm gonna chart a little bit and then get out of here. Let's get a song. Let's get some music going a little bit. I'm gonna chart a little bit more and then hop off here. Let's see some music going on here. Let me pick something. I keep watching on futures a little bit. We are kind of blasting through this supply a little bit. I'm just gonna kind of talk out loud or speak out loud, think out loud, whatever. We'll see. All right. Appropriate song here. All right, let's get going. Smoking that gas, got all that sign, and she on a powder. Nowadays, I am on my head, I got cider. Money got longer, speaker got louder, car got faster. Talk to a savage, pocket got fatter, she call me daddy. Smoking that gas, got all that sign. Need a song to vibe to, come on now. Cover your eyes, cut it up back in the V. Yeah, our chemistry. KO has been clockwork. Let's see what KO's been up to. A little bit of Coca-Cola, is that what it is? Yeah. Let's see what's up. Obviously, I don't have it on the watch list. I ain't no Warren Buffett, but looking pretty good. Looks like a pop and drop every morning. Pop, lock, and drop. The H pattern. You see that right now? Look at that H pattern. I like the H pattern. Sure, there's some type of broke up trend, a little bit of H pattern. Sure, there's levels all right here, obviously, but I'm not gonna chart it. That's all good. Yeah, future's still pushing. Oh yeah, future's trying to push a little bit more. I think Q looks a lot stronger than ES right now. Looks a lot stronger. See it. Let's see if they can make. We're right at the kind of inflection point. Let's see if they can push it higher. This week's gonna be fireworks. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens at market open. Some BITO right there. A little Bitcoin action. Coinbase perfectly slapping that demand right there. Why is this? There we go. Appreciate 147 y'all on here watching me just kind of rant a little bit, talk game plans. It's getting a little late now, so I'll wrap it up a little bit. Any names, let me know. If not, I'm hopping off here. Off to a good start this week, guys. If you're not off to a good start, you need to get some better game plans. You want some better game plans? WAP.com/Regal Capital. Link under the bio. DM me right now. If you need a code, fine. DM me. I got you. I just want you guys to win. I just want to see you guys make some money and make it easy for yourself. I know a little bit goes a long way. Don't get me wrong. And so I want to see you guys win. I want to see you guys make some money because it feels good. You make that money, you feel good, you feel confident. Life feels like it's worth living again, you know, and things just get better. The trees seem a little bit more greener, right? Dog barks at you, you know, you're just like smiling at it, you know. You lose a little bit of money, darkness. Dog barks at me, I'm kicking that thing off a bridge. I'm talking Blackjack style from Anchorman. I'm telling you, I lose a little bit of money, I'm getting active, you know. But yeah, you know, I remember this one time. I shorted Apple one morning. My charger broke. On my phone. I was so pissed. And that was the only one I had left. And I was like, damn. I decided to short Apple, slam some Apple puts. I was like, let's see if I can make that money right now. It actually went right, and then I went to Best Buy and went and bought a new charger. That was a funny version of that working out. But yeah, anyways, I just want to see you guys make some money, guys, and have better attitudes. You know, good attitudes come with making money and having fun and things like that. So I'm loving that. Anything I can help, let me know. DM me, sign up, get involved, guys. Let's make some money. I'm the king of the open. No one's beating me at the open. Nobody. I don't even see some of those guys play the open. The only people you really see play the open are those troll accounts, stocks and real estate and whatever. I don't know. They all blocked me, but you see them probably play the open, and they're just completely reversing what's actually going on. So I'm sure he's probably slammed puts today and then got lucky when it ended up selling off. But all the other times where he's getting his face ripped off last week, I'm sure his face was just getting ripped off. Playing puts and calls are just ripping nonstop. I don't know. I don't watch any of this stuff. I don't know who else who's actually on here taking this shit serious, leading people, and playing the open like I'm playing the open. A lot of people can sit back, come in 2 hours later and watch some lottos and it move, you know, 50% just because the lotto went from $50, you know, to I don't know, whatever, $100 or I'm sorry, 75, and they're like banger 50%. Come on now, the option moved from $20 to $30, and you're over here like I made 50%. Come on, does that? You're just basing things off percentages. Let's be real here. Let's be real here. Let's be at the open. Let's make some money and get on with our day. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't trying to be glued to the screen. And half those guys come out and lose. How are you gonna be 2 hours late to market and then lose? Come on. So I'm the king of the open. I'm coming out swinging. I know y'all saw me on fire last week, nonstop. SPY calls, QQQ calls. We caught the absolute bottom. I see us in a channel right now for SPY and Q, and to be honest, this is going to be a really good setup. We go higher, then we're going higher. Take it and go. We can see SPY and Q right now up $2. Look at that. Q's right back at this purple line. Let's see what happens. Let's see if they can do something. We're in this channel, so likely we're going to be pushing up. Now tomorrow is going to be interesting. Are we going to go higher, or are we going to be at that top part of the channel like we were this morning and pull down? That's another thing. There's a lot of variables that go into this, and I can tell you as much as I can tell you right now, but of course it's a whole different story in the morning. Sometimes not a whole different story, but something, you know, things change, you know. So we'll see about that. It's all about how we open. So I caught a 73 call the other day from 5 to 45. Damn, I like that. I like that at all. All right, appreciate 173 of y'all on stream right now. Let's check the YouTube. That's just Twitter. Let's check the YouTube. Oh yeah. YouTube, we're gonna have to pick it up a little bit. I'm gonna have to pick it up. All good. This is where we start. So, all right. Anyways, hopping off stream here. Appreciate y'all interacting me, and 160 plus of y'all hopping on here and watching me. Game plans are set for SPY and Q. We're keeping it simple. Fireworks. Tomorrow should be positioning day, so let's see if we can position or we sit back and see what happens. So let's not think about it too much. Wake up with a fresh mind and get to it. So, all right, hopping off live now. Appreciate y'all watching. Peace.